Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandrago's Cave. Today we are gonna be talking about Ochoku or Wangxi from One Piece. This is a fairly new character that we know from the Rocks Pirates, okay? From the Hachinosu Island, from the golden era of the piracy in One Piece. And I think with all the things that are happening at the moment with the story, with God Valley, with everything, it's worth the mention of this guy. Just so you know, this video I'm doing it after reading 1160, so this is gonna be full of spoilers for all of you that are maybe not up to date with the story. Just feel free to click here and you will see other videos that are a little bit more, let's say, previews or pre-time skip or something that is not from now and you are not spoiled, okay? So we have this space to work today more or less. I'm gonna do as I like, you know, the small drawing. Ochoku is it looks like he's a big guy, okay? So I'm gonna try to fit him here. Let's say like this. We will do the head a little bit like this. Okay. At first glance, he looks very much like Caribou. There's been a lot of speculation if this guy is Caribou's father. I wanna go into it a little bit because I think this is gonna be true. First of all, when I saw him, I thought about the design. I thought about the tongue, like he's out, like him as well, and everything. And Caribou is a character that, at the moment, for example, in our story, is a little bit floating around. Oda is heading towards the end of One Piece, meaning he will definitely find a place to put Caribou there. But I'm gonna be talking about it in a bit, okay? So, Ochoku Wangxi is one of the Rocks Pirates. He basically looks very greedy, like a proper pirate. He's shown always kind of most of the time eating or with money or talking about a coin. He's kind of very pirate. So we see that in this group that Rocks has created by Davy Backfight, there are characters and characters. Characters that we think that they are bad, like Big Mom, Kaido, etc. But here, at a younger age, they don't look that bad. But this guy looks older and this guy looks bad. So now in 1159, while we are talking about all of this Shaki situation, all of this Terrorito situation, we see a panel. In this panel, he looks very evil, he looks very greedy, he's counting his money, and that is the way that Oda has to tell us he is the one who has sold Shaki. He is the one who, or maybe capture her, or maybe open the gates of Hachinosu, or open one of the corners of Hachinosu for the bad guys to come and take her, and he's counting the money. Coincidentally, when we go into the next episode, 1160, he is not there. They are talking about the loot, that they are gonna be looting everything. Rocks is asking a little bit of, you know, camaraderie, is saying, let's go all together, because we are strong together, and take whatever we want, and later we can, you know, split the treasure and have a we're gonna divide the price, basically. So this, because he's saying this, you know that this is not gonna happen. But Ochoku didn't go. So one of them says, "Oh, Ochoku didn't go, so Ochoku is not gonna take anything." Why he didn't go? Because all of this was a setup. He knew that by selling Shaki, by giving away Shaki, the rest of the guys, especially, you know, the main characters, let's say Rocks and all these guys, they would go to save her. And because they are pirates and they can't be allowed to, they can't allow other people to steal their things. So he played his card. What is gonna be the outcome of this? So he didn't go, that means that they are gonna be destroyed. We know that they will lose here. I don't think that maybe he dies here, because Harald is gonna kill him in theory. Maybe Harald shows up here as well, who knows. But the thing is, we know that they need to be defeated, and the one who is gonna be winning all and being the best of the thingy is Garling the whole time here. So the thing is, what needs to happen is, they need to be destroyed here, they need to lose, some of them need to flee or some sort of betray rocks. This is not a group of nakamas, and Oda is making this clear since day one with the Devi back fight concept. This is a group that has been forced to be together, forced to work together, and it is deemed to, the fate is that it's not gonna work, okay? So they are already betraying each other. So what is going to happen is that they need to lose. Some of them may die. If it is true that Thriller Bark is God Valley, then we may see a very dead Captain John, a very dead Gansui. Gansui is not in the main row in 1160, so maybe Gansui stayed with him, kind of to keep an eye on him, and he will kill him, because we know that Gansui was as well in Thriller Bark. He was one of the zombies in Thriller Bark, okay? So there are a few guys that need to die here. It is a flashback, so we can have it, and it is a big flashback, so it is definitely something that we are gonna see, okay? Let's pull a little bit up here. I wanna do that moment that he is kind of introduced, that he is eating. And for that, I need to, I want to draw him sitting, okay? He is kind of having a drink here, drinking some grog. Grog, for all of those who don't know, grog is a typical beverage that the pirates and the travelers and the, you know, on the boats they used to drink, and it was alcohol mixed with water, was diluted, so it could last more. And yeah, in a normal pirate ship, you will have your rations, your food, you will have your drink as well, your grog, and everything was kind of measured, so there you could actually have for the whole trip. You couldn't be just drinking all the time and that's it. Yeah, so it's just a little reference there to the pirate world. Let's do here the hand like this. So Ochoku stayed. He knows this is a trap. He knows they are gonna be basically eradicated here. Some of them will have to flee, some of them will die. He doesn't want to know anything about this. I could almost say, in my opinion, that no one is gonna come back to Hachinosu. They will go different ways, and he will be the leader of the island. We know he is the leader of the island, yes, and we know he. We know this information because there is some mentions from Blackbeard, and Blackbeard says he's talking with Kobe, he's talking with Law, there's a conversation there, and there is this incident in Hachinosu called the Rocky Port incident that we don't have much information, but it is an incident that we know that Law, some sort of not partnership, but Law made some actions with Kobe there in the Rocky Port, that because of this, Blackbeard had a clear way to take over the island. It is not clear if an alliance of these three guys defeated Ochoku, or Law and Kobe, they made some sort of mess in an area of the island, and then Ochoku went, and while this happened, Blackbeard took over and killed him or kicked him out, okay? So this is information confirmed that we have had it for a very long time. Everyone was curious about who was gonna be this Ochoku. Sometimes he's called as Ochoku, sometimes he's called as Wang Xi. This is because Wang Xi comes from a real pirate, a Chinese pirate, and Wangxi is the name in Chinese, and Ochoku is the name in Japanese. So this is as well a guy who originally, in real life pirate world, he was the one allowing or creating partnership with the Portuguese so they could break into Japan and do the introduction of gunfire, like weapons, basically guns. I knew something had to happen with this guy because he comes from real life stories, and Oda is a guy who loves to do this sort of thing. So I expect to see a little bit more of a story with him. I expect to see a little bit more of funny thing, because when he is shown all the time, he looks very, I would say, comedic. Like all his things are about wing it. He wants to wing it. He's doing things that almost all the time is by mere luck. Like he's very surprised that the Shaki thing worked, and he's counting his money with a face that is like very surprised. Like I have no idea. I have no clue how this could work, and I think his story is gonna go a little bit like that. He's not a main character, so we are not gonna see him in depth. But as I said before in the beginning of the video, there is this concept. There is this concept of Caribou. Caribou, as I said, looks pretty similar in design. He could very well be the father of Caribou. He could very well be having intentions at that point when he was leader of the island. He may have had intentions of leaving his son in charge of the Hachinosu Island afterwards, and it can be interesting to connect the story, to see what is going to happen with Caribou. I have a very nice and interesting story about Caribou that I'm gonna put here. In my theory, Caribou is pretty much like this guy is being right now. He is a treacherous pirate that is gonna sell the information of the ancient weapons in my opinion, to Crocodile. Go into that video and you will see why that is gonna happen. But I'm gonna tell you first what is going on in the real life, in the real story of One Piece with this guy. So Caribou ends up traveling with the Straw Hats for a period of time, like kind of he's imprisoned there inside a barrel, and he moves from point A to point B, and he ends up in Egghead. In Egghead, because all the mess that happens there and everything with Blackbeard, with Saturn, etc., 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 we see a moment where the Blackbeard pirates are having a chat with Saturn, and they leave. And then, surprisingly, after not knowing anything about him for episodes and episodes, he shows up begging, crying, please, Blackbeard pirates, take me with you to Hachinosu Island. I wanna go and join your crew. I wanna be one of Blackbeard's followers. Kind of, obviously, it's a very sad thing to say for someone to beg in that way, but I think he just wants to survive. Obviously, he wants to get out of a government island that is Egghead and survive. Let's do the arm here, the other arm, like this, and he's eating some sort of thing, but I don't want to draw it in his mouth. I want to draw it like here on the side, okay? Why? Because I made the tongue like this instead of eating, to resemble Caribou and talk about Caribou, okay? So let's do this like this. Now that we have more or less the design, I wanna loosen up a little bit and start drawing maybe a little bit faster let's do the hand, for the line work, okay? Let's do like this. And he has the trouser full of flowers like shanks. I don't think we have seen the official colors of this guy, so I'm just gonna do whatever I think it could be, a little bit random, okay? I'm not liking, I have to say, I'm not liking at all the anime choices for the colors. I am not liking at all the designs for the coloring. The Gold Roger crew, the same. It is being a little bit too colorful for me, a little bit too comedy for me. I very much preferred the designs from around Lockdown, when we see all of them more piratey, more dark, especially their Gold Roger when the execution happens and everything. But, well, I guess Oda wants to give a little bit of his distinct tone, because he supervises the anime anyway. The Toei can't do whatever they want in the sense of coloring or drawing. He needs to determine why this guy is gonna be blonde, why this guy is gonna be this, because for the sake of the story, okay? Toei can't just guess what's gonna happen with that. So yeah, let's do kind of big feet like a clown. It reminds me like a clown a little bit as well, Ochoku. And let's do like this and like this. Yeah, I think something like this for a drawing works for me. And now we're gonna go into the fine liner. First of all, here I wanna know your opinion about Ochoku. I wanna know what do you think is gonna happen with him. We have some information, as I said, confirmed, but I wanna know your opinion about how is he gonna become a leader, if they are gonna come back, if they are not gonna come back, what's gonna happen here. Okay, I wanna know your take in this story. It is been very nice, very interesting, and I think every one of us has an idea, a different idea of what is gonna happen here. I'm gonna even do the eyes a little bit like this, like Caribou, because I think that is a no-brainer that is gonna happen. For sure, he's gonna be the dad, for sure. To these crazy eyes, that, as I always say, the emu eyes, these are the upsetness eyes. These are not a special power that emu has by having this type of eyes. This is just upset eyes. Anyone that is getting a very strong feeling in One Piece, like Nico Robin when she's upset now with all what is happening in Elbaf, the eyes. Emu, the eyes. Everyone that is getting upset, it's always this kind of eyes, okay? Let's do the Caribou hair as well here. And the face like this. Okay. Very nice. Looking very nice, to be honest, the face like this. So, I think Caribou, what he's gonna do, he may have some kind of resentment towards Blackbeard for being the one who took over after the father, who crushed his dream maybe of becoming king of Hachinosu, and I think he's going to Blackbeard's island to do his move. It's already time that he's gonna do his move. I don't think he is true in his word of wanting to join him, and if he's gonna join him, it's gonna be for bad intentions, to try to betray him. I think his part is a little bit like Buggy's part, and he's a guy who has a lot of comedy in him, and he needs to do something maybe in a way that he didn't want to do it, but ends up being beneficial for Luffy, or beneficial for the story, or even beneficial for him. I think he needs to do something to put a Blackbeard in a situation that he didn't expect. I think he may take a little bit of revenge for what happened to the father here in the story, and his true intentions are, and what he needs to go, I think, for the sake of the story, is the information of the ancient weapons, bring it to Crocodile, to the Cross Guild, so we can have the whole story of Crocodile taking shape, okay? I have a very interesting theory about the ancient weapons that I'm gonna put here, the mechanical ancient weapons, and I think this is gonna be all correlated. I think Crocodile, I think Mihawk, I think all these guys in Cross Guild as well can be connected to Ochoku, can be connected to Hachinosu Island, and it is very important to know that whoever is gonna be doing things together, like they need to be in a group, like what is happening now with the Cross Guild. Oda decided to bundle them together, so whatever Mihawk is gonna be doing, Crocodile is gonna be there, Bug is gonna be there, and now I think it makes sense for me that Caribou ends up with them. So Caribou could do his move here in Pirate Island, try to basically escape, because he's been hunted by some of these guys. He is very slippery. His power as well is the swamp fruit, so he can actually hide very well, steal things very well, and he's gonna escape. Ochoku must have been very, very rich. Hachinosu was basically an empire of pirates. This Hachinosu Island represents as well the real-life Nassau. The Nassau was a stronghold of pirates in the Caribbean Sea. So there are characters like Blackbeard or Charles Vane, okay, that in the 1550s they went there, they stayed there, they were looting, pirating around that area, they had the base there, Hornigold was there as well, and then fight with various governments, okay? And until I think Roger is the one who destroyed or kind of cut a lot of the services that were actually happening there. But think that all of this is coming from the real pirate history. Oda is not gonna leave something with such importance in the pirate world to not have relevance in One Piece. All the characters like this that we have met so far in One Piece, all of them have importance, okay? This is simply as well, a very nice example of this is Whitebeard. Whitebeard, he is called Edward Newgate. So from the original pirate, Blackbeard pirate, that he was cut in 3 pieces by Oda, okay? And this is very poetic as well, I'll tell you in a second as well. So Edward Newgate, because he was Edward Teach, okay? And then Sachi, with the story that is happening with the fruit and everything as well, is referenced by Blackbeard as well. So there are many nice references from real life piracy that Oda uses all the time here, and we need to take them into consideration and see that many interesting things may happen with that, okay? Let's do the tang. It's like a tang. Here we do some circles, some details. Okay. I don't discard the idea of Ochoku, apart from dealing with the God's Knights, or dealing with the government to give away Shaki and everything, and make this trap for the Rocks Pirates. He may have even more dealings with the government as well. In real life pirate, he was a pirate lord, like let's say a Chichibukai, a government dog. He would be working for them, and there may more connections can come up as well. It can be very, very interesting. All of this is basically, I would say, the origin and the beginnings of the Shichibukais, the collaboration, and you need to think about it that at this point, as far as we know, there were no Jonkos either. So maybe this is where everything is gonna start. They are gonna start controlling the seas in some sense that they will need to create Shichibukais as well. Like I want to do a video as well about Kaido's partner. I don't remember the name, but it'll come out to me the name. That is the Shichibukai that Ace defeated as well and everything. And all of these things of the present One Piece world and how the world is distributed, it needs to come to fruition. The world government needs to divide all these territories and mention all these titles for Shichibukais, for this, or say, oh, these are the Jonkos. After God Valley makes sense, because all the top tiers are here. Let's do... The hand is gonna be like this. and he's grabbing it like this, so the hand is not with nails and everything, it's only up to here. I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah, something like this works. And he has it like he's eating very, very savage, very wild piece of meat like Luffy. It doesn't look like a piece of meat very much in the reference. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do maybe add here like this. It will make it a little bit more for us. This is gonna be cape. This cape, well, it's not a cape, it's like a cloak, and then here I'm gonna do cloak, but the inside of the cloak like is like this, okay? Here as well the inside of the cloak. Very nice. I want you to ask questions if you have any kind of concern about what's going on, any kind of confusion with what's happening, like as well with Dragon and everything and the babies. We can mention it here. Feel free to drop a message down there in the comment section and we can talk about it. And open conversation. I love to talk about One Piece. You already know about this, and I invite you to maybe I do the better do it like this, like Usopp's shoes maybe. Yeah, why not? A little bit like Blackbeard's shoes as well, like this. It can work. I like it like this too. Okay. These are the flowers for there. And here. Let's do a little bit of floor as well. He's chilling here. The hair is very long, so I think I'm gonna make it like this, and it finishes a little bit like this. This is a character that, from the character design perspective, okay, I see a lot of Dracula references with the type of hair, with the type of face, the expression, how Dracula has been portrayed as well in many movies, in many stories, and I expect to see as well some Dracula references in here and things like this. So we will see what's gonna be with that part of the story. Okay. I want to. We have the hands here, the other hand there. I kind of realized of something here, maybe like this. And that is a very One Piece thing to do as well. This one I could have opened it a little bit more like this. If I paint them black, that I am gonna do, it can work. We can paint them black like this, and it can work very nice for this perspective like this, okay? Let's go like this here. Yeah, something like this is nice. Like Blackbeard's shoes, like Usopp's shoes a little bit, okay? I like them like this. So, I wanna know your opinion. God Valley, what's happening in God Valley? This is being so crazy. What's gonna happen now with Hachinosu? What's gonna happen with the guys that are staying behind, like this guy? I wanna know as well your opinion of the connection with Caribou. I see in the story that maybe Blackbeard is kind of taking revenge for the death of his father. I see him, he killed, because he's the one who kills Whitebeard in Marineford at the end of the day, even if he was already badly damaged. He is the one who gives the final blow with his crew. And then he went to Big Mom's territory as well to take poneglyphs from there. He is kind of, in my opinion, he took out of commission Ochoku. He's, in my opinion, kind of all these guys who betrayed him, or they were in the crew, and he thinks they betrayed him. He's kind of taking care of them. It's not gonna be his main plot, let's say. It's not gonna be maybe his main thing, but while he's trying to accomplish the goal of being the king of the world, he's doing this. This 0.8 0.7. For the ones who are drawing here with me, that sometimes I know you're doing this, you are slowing the video and drawing with me more than listening to the theory. Sometimes when you draw with pencil or color pencils and you try to apply fine liner on top in a big surface like this, the material, the dust, okay, the product, let's say that the pencil is leaving on the paper, is kind of making difficult for you to paint, like we are painting now with a fine liner, okay? And yeah, so that is why as well you can do with normal pencils. Normal pencils will be a little bit better, and then you can erase whatever you don't want to use. Normally when you are sketching, you will not do like this. You would sketch and then maybe erase and leave it minimal, so you can just do on top what you want to do. But just for reference, for those guys here, those nakamas here that are, and girls as well, who are drawing with me here Ochoku or another character, just for reference, so you know. As well, we talk always about the type of paper. This type of paper that I bought, this specific sketchbook, wasn't one of my best purchases. So it has like a very particular texture, maybe to draw more with pen only, with pencil only, because the fine liner I'm struggling in every single one of the drawings. Let's do, especially for these areas, for the big areas as well. It has like a grain that is too small for the pen to go inside, and it's kind of making it a little bit silly. But there we go, there we are. I'm gonna be using both. I'm gonna be using both, and that's it, like this. Like this. So why do I think all the connections with Caribou and all the connections with Blackbeard and Crocodile needs to be done here with Ochoku? As you can see that in the theory I put there about the ancient weapons, I think the ancient weapons were 6. We had actually 3, that they were real people like Shirahoshi and the sea monsters, and then we had those ones were controlled, or not, I wouldn't say controlled, I would say they were nakamas of Joy Boy. And then we know that the government in that war, or whatever happened 900 years ago, they won this battle, and they had as well ancient weapons. They had the blueprints, like we see in Frankie, the blueprints to ancient weapons. So how is Shirahoshi gonna be made by blueprints? It is impossible. So that is a clue telling you there were 3 real in the flesh, one mermaid and the other 2 other ones. Doesn't need to be mermaids, obviously. In the theory I explain everything very nicely. And the world government made 3 mechanical ones. That is the ones that Vegapunk tried to replicate. Vegapunk is doing the Mother Flame, and all of these things is happening. We are gonna have one of them being the moon. That's why Enel is gonna be connected here as well. I'm gonna put the Enel theory here as well, so you can have a look. And they use the giant ship that Frankie had the blueprints, plus Uranus, that is the moon, plus the other one that is gonna be a land one, to defeat the previous ones, the real ones, and take over. I think this is gonna be very nicely explained, very interestingly explained, and I can't wait to see this. Everyone is more in the sense of, I don't know how people is not talking more about this, to be honest. Like, why there will be blueprints if they are not mechanical, and why would how is it called, Vegapunk try to replicate something mechanically and do the Mother Flame? And it is mechanical. So Vegapunk is actually saying all this information, giving us all this information. So I advise you, if you want to know all the details that this theory is about, to click there in the theory, and have a nice look. And as well, drop your opinion, and if you think that I'm wrong, just say that I'm wrong and explain why do you think no, and let's open conversation about that as well. Obviously, no problem at all. But I wanna have that in the back of my head, and I wanna have that connected to Ochoku, and I wanna have that connected to Caribou now, because he is the one having the information. He has a key. He has a key to fight. He has a key to unlock a tremendous amount of power for Crocodile. Crocodile's goal, it has been since day one, since the beginning, to achieve Pluton, to get Pluton and use it. He is the guy. I don't think Oda would have left Crocodile in the story carry on if he is actually not gonna do anything else. They need to be here. They need to fight the world government. Obviously not for defeating Luffy. I don't think Crocodile wants that to defeat Luffy. He wants that to be for him, like Blackbeard, like Luffy, to be the Pirate King, because we know that he wants to be the leader, to be boss. He's boss. Okay, so he wants to achieve that, and needs to happen with ancient weapons. There is no other way, no other reason for Crocodile to be there in the story if there is nothing to do with Pluton, if he's not gonna achieve Pluton. Like we want Luffy to be Pirate King, we want Crocodile to have Pluton and to use it to destroy government, to destroy the tree. I have this theory, very big theory, that he's the one who is gonna be half destroying the tree, and then Mihawk and Zorro will cut the rest of the tree as well. And we want all of them. We want even Buggy to become king of the world as well. I have this nice theory as well about Buggy becoming the king of the world. All of these guys who have dreams. The very nice example of this is Blackbeard himself saying the dreams will never die. You know. So if the dreams will never die, all of these guys who are dreaming, One Piece is about dreams. They need to achieve what they want. Okay, that is, I think, paramount for the story, paramount for the characters, and obviously the bad guys. If you have like a bad dream, something that is gonna be bad, no. Some of them may have some dreams that are a little bit more helping the story, like Crocodile using the weapons to destroy the government. The government is bad, yes, it's helping the story and things like this. But Ochoku wanting to whatever, no. Okay. Let's do. We're gonna paint the piece of meat a little bit with a darker brown like this. Okay. Maybe we do some reds as well there. The barrel as well needs to go with the same tone, like this. And we should do probably the handle here, and a little bit of gray for the inside of this cloak. Okay. Very interesting thing as well is that I think I mentioned it in my previous video as well. Rock's pirates are in God Valley. We have. I'm gonna draw him blonde. I think he's gonna be blonde. I don't remember if we have seen him in color yet, or there's a color spread or something around. But I'm gonna make him blonde. I have a nicer yellow here somewhere. Yeah, here we are. This one is much nicer. We have Roger being trampled, his own crew, because he says, I'll take care of Shaki, you guys go and pick up treasures. They go upset with him and they trample over him and they leave him on the floor. It's a very silly entrance. It is a very Luffy entrance, and at the same time, I think and this is very funny, it can be very interesting for the story. I think that is for a reason. I think he's gonna, he will clash a little bit with Garp and everything and with Rocks now because they kind of faced each other. But what I have in my mind is, what if the emphasis in this woman, Shanks' mom, being redhead. Oh, your hair is red, oh, your hair is red. And then that's the girl, because Roger came here for Shaki, her came for love, let's say, for the friend. But he wants Shaki anyway, even if she wants Riley. But he has this kind of love issue right now that he needs to get over it. Like Rox found a woman that is as well in this episode, in 1160. What if this woman is the one that Roger is gonna save somehow, take somehow, or ask Kuma to fly away somehow for later go and find when he finishes his adventure and have his kid, his ace? That is very crazy. That is very soap opera, yes, but One Piece has been a very soap opera lately. And crazy enough, that will make Shanks and Ace brothers. Like 40 years difference, yeah, but brothers. That would be very crazy, very crazy. It can be interesting. But don't discard that concept. I'm gonna paint the eyes purple. I don't know why, but I think I need to paint them purple. Let's add some tones here a little bit like this. I'm gonna mix this tone. It could be purple. It could be this tone. Could be a little bit purple as well. Yeah. I may like it if we do not all of it painted, but a little bit of shape like this, like a little bit of shading. You see, like this. Yeah, it can be interesting. Pirates used to have this kind of camisola, very blue, very loose as well, elegant, and then they will have the nice clothes on top. This is like kind of a semi-elegant, semi-Hawaiian, whatever type of outfit that Ochoku is wearing. Very interesting. Let's do. So I think that this may be happening at the same time that Blackbeard is kind of hunting the guys who betrayed his father. Maybe Caribou is hunting the guy who betrayed his father. Well, betrayed or kind of destroyed his father. That can be a very interesting plot for the story. That can be a very interesting reason of why Caribou is there. Caribou is like Boggy, as I said it 1,000 times, and he needs to do something key to the story to maybe cut a leg in poetical sense of someone to do that, okay? To kind of for someone else to have an advantage, in this case Luffy, in this case Crocodile, okay? Characters that are as well pirates, like this. I think I like it like this, to be honest. I like it in purple, this like this, and because we have made the tongue like this and everything, it could match that we use this same tone or even a little bit darker with the other red I have here, the brownish red, to do the flowers, like a little bit like Shanks style, okay? If this is type of Hawaiian, it can be like this, it can be as well yellow, it could be green, but I think for the sake of the design that we have done today here, the red works very nice, very bloody. He's a pirate, he's a bad guy, he's gonna take over Hachinosu, the guys are not gonna come back, no one is gonna complain. Kaido doesn't care about Hachinosu, Big Mom doesn't care about Hachinosu, they care only about their own things, and he's gonna, by luck, end up in Hachinosu, being the leader there, the boss for many years. Imagine that, 40 years being the leader there, being the boss of the island, and no one is able to take over. Apart from now, what happens, you know, Law is top tier, Kobe is top tier, Blackbeard is top tier. It had to be a couple of top tiers to be able to topple this guy and to take him over and finish his story, let's say here. Imagine that. Like this. That's looking nice. These lines here are very nice with this tone. The tongue I'll paint a little bit as well. The eyes a little bit bad, a little bit dark there. Like this. And then we need to do obviously a little bit of shading here and here. Only a minimum. this time because we painted a lot and there is a lot of black everywhere, so we don't make him disappear in all this black. Just a tiny bit of details here and there to create these inside spaces for the cloak. Okay, it's another tone of black inside the black, inside the darkness of this one. Okay, like this, like this, like this. The boots as well, and the floor. I painted like glass. I painted like green. We can make. Yeah, we can make a green like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a couple of lines for the face, so we have the face a little bit defined here. I think you can see everything, no? Yeah. Like this. He just took a big chew there of that piece of meat. Like this and like this. So as I said, we are finishing the video right now. In a moment I'm just doing a couple of lines. I more than happy to start a conversation. I wanna know what do you think about Ochoku. I wanna know what do you think about the connection, especially the connection with Caribou. Is paramount for this theory that this guy is Caribou's father. Okay, it is paramount for the story. It is paramount for the theory of the ancient weapons. I think we may see this soon. This flashback is gonna be going into the end pretty soon. Like Oda is not gonna extend this much longer. I would say give it maybe 3 episodes more. I would say 3 episodes more. By 65 we are already in the present time. We are already in the present time. I think he may do that on the 63, kind of finish what he wants to do. 64 is transition. 65 is already going back. The battle of God Valley and everything, and the incident of God Valley needs to happen. It was already named the episode like that in 1160, so more than 2 episodes for that. I don't think it's gonna happen. Probably one more. God Valley problem as such. The incident is done. Kuma is saving people, and Roger is doing whatever he needs to do, and they are facing rocks and everything. And Garp is fighting a little bit of fight, I would say. And 62 we are out. We are out already. We are getting out of the flashback by the end of the chapter, most probably. That's what I think is gonna happen. 65 we're already in the present, probably. Let's do that. Place your bets here as well to who is gonna win the tournament, who is gonna win what, who is gonna save Shaki. It's gonna be Riley, and who is gonna be getting those fruits. I talk a lot about what fruits we are gonna have in those 9 chests. This is my previous theory. I'm gonna put here as well if we can. If not, I'm gonna put it in the show more section. What 9 fruits that we already know are in those chests. And yeah, so it's a very, very interesting flashback. It has become, I would say, my favorite flashback, or one of my favorite flashbacks, one of my favorite sagas, definitely. And I invite you to open conversation. Okay, I finished for today. Let's sign. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23. You can say it as you want, and this is the Man Dragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the theory and the explanation about who is Ochoku, Wangxi, and what he has been doing so far. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.